What up? What up? Welcome back to the Dominant D.N.A podcast. To anybody who's tuning in for the first time, we appreciate you. You know how we do when we say you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. Today we got another very special guest, a main man from back in the day, a black man that's on his fucking way. You know what I mean? On his fucking way. And like I said, what Dano said, you remember Ministry Society, man, he said that shit all the time, salute the fever. Um, we used to get into all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? But this guy right here is living proof that you can be a black man, you know what I'm saying, that don't come from ideal circumstances and turn all of that shit around. You just gotta get off your ass and do it. My main man, one of the best rappers from Baltimore ever, in my opinion. You know what I mean? That background, y'all don't even know what the fuck that is. We gonna get into that though. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let him tell you. But my main man, Christopher Kelly on the rap tip, Rona Baltimore. Go get that music. It's on all the streaming sites. You did? Yeah. Thanks to me.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks to me. You welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
See how much I'm in tune to that.
I mean, you busy doing other shit. So that's the first thing I want to get into, man. What's the background? What is that?
Oh, that's Kelly Gardens, man. Got that from D.N.A S, man. Not the spot, but hustle for your last name. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dane, but
Indeed.
Kelly Gardens. You know what I'm saying? It's a plant shop on the corner of indoor house plant shop on the corner of Eastern Avenue and Ann Street, 501 South Ann Street to be exact. In Baltimore, Fells Point, 21231 is the zip code. Come on down, open Tuesday through Sunday. But that's what that is. Something I just got into. Felt like it was a great spot to put it in. I had some friends, some networks in the area, so it made sense.
Now, how can they? Because you got a website and all of that. Like, how can they, if they can't physically be at the store, but they want to check out the inventory or whatever, is it a week? And y'all do deliveries too, right?
Yeah, we deliver. I bring. If you in the downtown area, any of that delivery free for y'all. So let's let that be known. But I deliver all the way up. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, it don't matter. I'm coming. You place your order. KellyGardens.org though. And that's a Kelly with the EY, y'all.
Yeah, look at that. You know what I mean? That's the store.
KellyGardens.org. You know what I'm saying? You can see the things we got on in the store. And then, like I said, we deliver and ship nationwide too. So if you want to get a gift from somebody in another state, no problem. Have it out there pronto.
Salute. In addition to that, my man got a fucking master's degree.
Two.
Excuse me.
That's
my bad.
You don't be doing that.
My bad.
Yeah.
So what's the explain that? Like the first one, the second one, what are they in?
So I got a business, I got a general business degree. I went back and got a MBA. And then I decided to, because I had the opportunity to do so, was to add on a project management piece to that. So I got a master's in project management, MBA.
Tough.
Yeah.
Tough. And y'all might not know it, but my man right here, straight out of Irvingtown, you know what I mean? The Irvington community. Niggas don't,
29.
Indeed, but don't get confused, you know what I mean, and think you in Catonsville when you're around that. That shit ain't Catonsville. You know what I mean? Don't be confused.
Shout out to those in Catonsville though, not to say, not to be bad about y'all, but yeah, it's a different.
Yeah, Irvington different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. So growing up around there, what was that
like? Typical hood stuff, every hood the same, kind of sort of. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the middle of the 80s. I seen the whole 80s era, so Irvington was a special place in the 80s.
salute the big brother too while we talk about that.
Hey, what's up,
Indeed.
You know, it's a lot of, you know what I mean? It was like what you see on TV. You know, everybody talking about the 80s, that was a real thing.
Yeah.
All the fly cars, you know what I mean, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, my mother got me out of there early though. You mentioned my brother, so you know, I got an older brother who went balls deep. You know what I'm saying? You might as well say, you know.
He's such a cool guy.
Yeah. You know, my mom, she wanted me out of there, man. So she got me as possible, which just led me to Baltimore County.
Indeed.
You know, I was my dumb ass. I was catching bus back down to town and shit. I wasn't supposed to be doing that, but
Our dumbasses.
yeah, fact.
Yeah, he was definitely on some bullshit. You know what I mean? But
I learned a lot from that neighborhood though. I still got friends and families in the neighborhood today. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about Urban Town or no?
No, both actually, but you asked me about Herb Town specifically, so yeah, I got some dead, you know, people that's dead to me, you know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from watch.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So what was
not here?
my bad, I'm sorry.
I was going down, I thought like some of them ain't even here no more, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, right. Rest in peace, those.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's plenty more,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, that was a guy that I met through you that was super cool, you know what I'm saying? We got along and unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, no longer here with us.
Yeah.
So what was that like coming from Irvington and moving out deep Grahamstown, you know what I'm saying? With the dead running around and shit like that.
But Grahamstown then wasn't like what y'all see today, you know what I'm saying? It was trees and shit like, you know what I mean? You had to ride a bike to the nearest 7-Eleven. Like that's the nearest 7-Eleven was, you know, in the hood, like everything's down the street. Like you can walk everywhere, like get whatever you need, you know what I'm saying? Like nah, that wasn't a thing. But so you know that caught me by surprise, but it taught me. So first of all, I feel like Grahamstown made me feel like I needed a cut. Like it's different things that it bring out, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to get one. That was mandatory. Like it wasn't nowhere in the world. It wasn't, you know, in the hood, you don't necessarily need that shit. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, what was it like, man? It was I ain't know where it was at, man. I ain't had nothing but some white dudes I went to school with that was out over on my block. I ain't know nobody. Went to started on the old court. Old court changed everything.
You got damn right.
I met a few guys at old court, and we got cool. They pulled me down the hill, man. I ended up going down the fucking Sky's Branch. That shit was the hood in the county. I was like, what is this shit? I felt comfortable though. That's what it was. What I already knew made sense. Like so now I'm like at school down there. I'm like, oh, all the way back down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got a jacket for your bike, all that shit. It was very reminiscent. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I don't know if it was a good thing. My mama supposed to move me out or get me away from this shit. Right to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I remember, regardless of whatever was going on, you know, the young and dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when you went to school. You went to Bowie State,
Mm-hmm.
and then can you tell the fans like what actually made you? Because you was going to school, but you wasn't really taking it seriously. You was you was there, you know what I mean? You know it was an opportunity.
Yeah.
But and I'm gonna say this, and I said this when I interviewed D.N.A S, salute to D.N.A S, but if we came up around a lot of alphas, it was a real alpha mentality.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And we was always caught up in that shit. But when you went to school and then it was, you know, a circumstance and then you change as far as how seriously you took that shit. So it's like I like
Yeah, I don't really speak on it much, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's normal. It's really normal shit. I got trouble. I'm in school. I'm bullied, right? But I'm really running around. I'm really still running around. I'm gonna just say it like that.
facts.
I end up getting in trouble, you know. But my trouble was different. Like I went to court. This was some different shit. It was some different shit. Like, they basically told me I went to courtroom by myself. Nobody else in here. The judge basically told me, like, look, check this out. I seen people like you before. You're gonna be very successful, but you're gonna end up here or there. Y'all know the same.
And you go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
he pretty much told me like, yo, you're a smart dude. Like he knew, like this like I said, it was weird. 'Cause he knew everything about me. Like you're a smart dude. You got good grades. I always had good grades. Even in high school around the time, I had A's and B's and shit.
Right. So
Yeah, so he basically told me like, man, you know, go ahead back to school, man. Like I tell you what though, come back and say you put me on house arrest. Told me to go back to school. Come back and say in 6 months. If I wasn't enrolled in school, you gonna do this to the door. I said, shit, ain't too much thinking to that. I'm just all right, bet.
right.
And believe it or not, you know they say I was actually the person that was positioned to actually that should help me. You know what I'm saying? Actually help me change my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I was born and I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna be just going and bullshit. I'm mind you, I'm walking around Bowie State with a box on my leg. Nobody even knows it's summertime. I got sweatpants, it's hot as shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want nobody, you know what I mean? So, but I eventually was looking at it like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take it serious though. Like I'm going, might as well, you know what I mean?
And I hold that. My bad. I asked you that to get the answer to show that he made a choice. You see what I'm saying? He made a choice to stop the bullshit and try to better himself. And look at you now. That's what I just be trying to emphasize. You know what I mean? When you get an opportunity, you can either squander the opportunity and keep fucking around, or you can take advantage of the opportunity.
I mean, I kind of had no, choice but to take. Well, of course, I had a choice.
You had a choice.
You know what I'm saying? But that was a choice. Like who the fuck wouldn't have took that? You know what I'm saying? But no, but I made the best out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To really say, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and really, I'm gonna actually do the schoolwork. I'm gonna focus in. I'm gonna really log in with this.
Right.
The one thing I regret though, because of how I came out there, I think that's probably what really stopped me from doing it as much. It's like really networking and holding relationships that I made out there and shit like that. I still know some people out there, but I ain't do what in hindsight, I ain't do what I should have out there. I should have networked, tied down DC folks. I know people, Jay DC, all over the world, you know what I mean?
Right.
Friend, homeboy, I forgot his name. I can't remember his name. That was my guy. Fuck with him every day. Wish I could find him, you know what I'm saying? Like certain things, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely had a choice. I definitely.
So for somebody who is interested in furthering their education, you know, maybe got one degree and trying to figure out whether a master's is right for them. Somebody who's an aspiring entrepreneur, like what's the most important thing that you would want to let them know?
You know, a lot of people feel different ways about school, right? So I got my opinion about school. If it's a school decision, school thing you're thinking about, you need to know what you want to do. Don't be going to school and BS. You know what I'm saying? Like you end up in a whole lot of debt for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And mind you, I went to school and got a business degree. I know I've ran across plenty of people with business degrees, man, and they ain't
Most of them ain't got a business.
business, and mind you, they might be doing well, but they like into the Walmart and shit like that, or you know, I mean it's cool. I'm not denying it. Don't get it twisted, but I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I want if I'm a dude, I'm gonna figure it out. You know, and I got a unique story, man. Like, cause even so, just starting but that choice was unique in itself. Like I'm in school with a box on my leg. Ain't nobody else in Boone State with a box on their leg when I was up there. That's one of a one, right?
Yeah.
So not to say that don't happen, but that was my situation, right? But like even when I graduated, man, I graduated in the middle of the financial crisis. Like it was at 2009, and they wasn't hiring nobody for nothing. You know, so I always kept a little job too, mind you. I was in the warehouse. I'm thinking like I'm gonna grab this degree. I'm gonna go from the warehouse to the front of the building.
Right.
You know, the administrative side, right? But I was good at what I did. They ain't gonna let me go. They wasn't trying to make me, you know what I mean?
There's always some slavery attached to it. I feel like when you not doing it yourself. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion.
I mean, you always have the option to look at it that way. You know, so I never, if I looked at it that way, I would have never worked.
I'm saying as far as, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I had to allow myself to see it differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we do jokingly call it plantation and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't see it that way. I always seen it as a means to an end. You know what I'm saying? Like a way to get to what I really wanted. So for me, like I really did the math behind this. Like I know exactly how much I need to make to live how I want to live and do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I need to figure out how to get there. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't start thinking like that because I had already had a business.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what really made me kick in gear like that with that type of thinking was the fact that in the middle of this crisis that's happening, I'm looking for jobs, you know what I'm saying? And nobody's hiring, man. They telling me, well, you got the paperwork, but you ain't got no experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, how you supposed to, then what's the point of school? I'm really flabbergasted about it. Like, what's the point of me going through all this and I can't even use it?
Right.
So that became a whole thing just to figure out how to use it.
Right.
I ended up figuring it out. But I ended up leaving, going to a whole nother state to do it. I ain't make no money on that shit either. I used to drive to Lancaster, PA every day.
I remember that.
I took a job because it was called a inventory accountant. I figured out that the application process was going like through systems and they looking for keywords. You know what I'm saying? And so you pretty much got to do something that harnesses those keywords or make your resume at least reflect it, right?
Facts.
So, you know, I had to figure out how to make that happen. I ain't had none of that on my resume. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How do I get that on my resume? Like, how do I figure that? So it was a warehouse job. It was an inventory account. That word meant a lot. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking that job. Like anybody else, and people that I asked advice, they actually told me, man, why you want to do that? You ain't, it was $15 an hour. I probably spent most of that day.
Right. Why you don't want to keep sweating your ass off out here with us?
Yeah, I did. I did shit for like 2 years. And maybe more than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was determined. That's it. So go back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
The second thing is determination, man. You gotta be once you know what you want to do, you gotta be determined to achieve it.
Yeah. Make the fucking choice.
It's almost about any means necessary. Like I'm going to do that.
Right.
So, Marcus, you know me for a long time, so you could probably remember. I used to tell me this I used to have my plan. I used to tell me this. After this, I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna make 40,000. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna sit there for a minute. I'm gonna do this. And this.
I ain't trying to brother. Okay. I just want to get people to understand the economic situation. I'm gonna make 40,000. I'm gonna make 40,000 to the store in the background. You see what I'm saying? Master's degrees, all that. You see what I'm saying? And I knew you before all of that shit happened. Like we was throwing our fucking lives away together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking choices, man. Choices. My bad.
No, so I guess that leads to my third thing. Like, so once you know what you want to do and you've decided to lock in and put the determination and the effort behind it, have a plan. to achieve it, because that shit just don't come to you. I'm gonna be thinking shit that's gonna be handed to them. Like,
Yeah.
no, you got to go get that. That's a real thing. Like, you got to put a plan together to do it. That shit don't.
And I seen you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I seen you do it. And can I make a confession?
True.
I always tell you like out the camera and shit. You know what I mean? Because I saw what you was doing. That shit gave me inspiration. You about a month older than me. And I don't mean no disrespect, but I'm extremely proud of it. Because I seen your whole fucking journey. You know what I mean? And I respect your opinion.
Appreciate
and
that.
when you say, yo, I'm telling you from what I've done for myself, do this. You see what I'm saying? When I listen, that shit ain't happen the next day, but that shit really worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
I put you on the pan.
When you get a plan, you know what I mean? So I don't mean any disrespect to any of our homeboys that we came up with or whatever. But when it comes to conducting business, in my humble opinion, everybody should shut the fuck up and listen to Rome. So, facts.
I ain't say it, man. But
it's for a reason.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I can say I actually took, I listened to what you were saying, and I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And I did it, and my life got a whole lot better. Without rap, without podcasting, I don't need none of that shit to survive and feed my family.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all. I just want to salute you for that.
Appreciate that.
So E-Man, let's talk about these fucking coons, man.
Talk about who's right there.
These fucking coons, man. And honestly and truthfully, yo, when I saw it and I saw how they just beat him, to me, I think he might have been fucking somebody baby mother or something like that, and they just caught him.
Yeah, didn't that seem like some revenge shit?
It seemed real personal, just like with George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? God rest his soul. You know, they found out later on that that man lynched him like that because he knew him, you know what I mean, and they had some differences or whatever, but they used to work together. That shit looked real personal. I'm sorry. That shit is disgusting, yo. And you know how we roll on the Dominant D.N.A podcast. It's like, man, for us to go through shit with other races of people, it's all wrong. But in my humble opinion, it's 100 times worse when you go through that shit with your own people. Excuse me. You know what I mean? And it's like, defund the police, all of these movements, I just want motherfuckers to understand that don't have shit like this hit close to home. It's not for no reason, man. Police have murdered, I can't even put a number on it, but murdered outside of the police, you got fucking state's attorneys, they railroad niggas and send them to jail for shit that they ain't even do, and they just get away with this shit. And then they try to put the mask on it because what they will do with the white officers anyway is they'll give a nigga a sentence, but they won't give you, they're gonna find a loophole to make sure that that cop don't serve nowhere close to the time that they supposed to do for fucking murder. Murder is murder. It's not less of a murder because a motherfucker got a badge and a gun. And it's like, yo, to see black men actually beat this man to death because he was speeding, yo, driving recklessly. But I got a prediction. My prediction is all of them gonna fuck around and get real. Because see, here's what these coons don't understand. Motherfuckers think they gonna coon their way to the top. They don't understand that when you actually try to get a seat at the table with these motherfuckers, you still a nigga to them. You ain't never gonna be they fucking equal.
Check this out. Let's go full circle. 31 years ago, yo, we were sitting in the same spot in Rocky. You know what I'm saying? But it was 5 white.
Right.
Now we're going 30 years later, same predicament, pull over traffic. whatever.
Yeah.
They got 5 black. To me, yo, it's the culture to do the blue thin line.
Yeah.
It's the culture. It got to be the culture. Come full circle like this, yo. It's the culture of the blue thin line. When someone gets that power, yo, and these dudes was on a task force.
Right.
So they was on a smoking task force, so they was compliant to do whatever the hell they wanted to do, whatever the hell they wanted to do.
Right.
And that's power, yo. The youngest one was 24, the oldest one was 30. So you got 5 dudes that's under the age of 35, what? Most may be on the force for 10 years, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
They come from a certain kind of club, though.
Right. Yeah, coming from a certain kind of cloth, they got ultimate power that they can do whatever the hell they want to do, yo. And who's following up with them? You know what I'm saying? They ain't got a veteran person in the force, yo, on that task force that was following up on them dudes, yo.
Now let me ask you this: do y'all feel like, because we all know, and I'm not gonna say everybody, but we know as far as like the majority, motherfuckers think that we're stupid, and think that if we're given an opportunity, we gonna do some dumb shit and fuck that opportunity up. Do y'all think? I'm not saying everybody. I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying you. I'm saying as far as the perception from other races of people that look at us from the outside and just look at our people. And another thing that's not fair is the way that the media portray us, because they're always going to show you, unless a nigga is dunking a basketball or running down a football field or knocking a nigga out in the frame, they're always going to, the negative shit is going to lead the forefront, probably 90% to 10%, as far as the way that they want the world to look at us. But I feel like them being put in that position could have been a chess move from the others looking at it like, I know they will do some dumb shit. Because one thing that this does is, because these are all black police officers. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So one thing it does is, temporarily, it take the heat off of the racist as white and other racist cops that do fucked up shit to our people.
Right. But we look, I think I see your point with that, but I think we gotta look at it from what you said. You know, if the white man put these 5 black officers in a position because they know they were gonna do something wrong, us the black men gotta understand the position that we in and make the best of that position. Now, if they fell into that trap, you know, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing to do with the white man, ain't got nothing to do with the black. That's just a person falling into a trap situation that they was put into.
I feel like, man, it's just too much of this shit.
Yeah.
I don't even look at it. I don't even think these people look at it in the right lens no more. Like, truth be told, we start making excuses for people objectively, like subconsciously, right? Whatever the excuse is, whether it's right or wrong. But the reality of it is, it's all BS. Because they wanted to stop this shit, they could. It's real simple. 0 tolerance. No problem. Just like this racist shit, you want to stop it? Get all the old ass motherfuckers out of Congress and all that. Put these young motherfuckers in who got a different experience with black people and shit like that. Like, there's a lot of racist shit going on, but the people who have real experience with us view us differently. That's just the reality of it. And we need more of that around. Until the US of A, you know what I mean, decide to allow that to happen, I mean, that shit is the same shit we're gonna see next year.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
It's just like, as far as this particular event, you know what I mean, where they lynched this brother, flat out. They lynched him. That shit was completely uncalled for. You know what I'm saying?
See, they was picked. You gotta understand,
Right.
they was picked too. Like you said, it might have been
Coon prepping.
I mean, I don't want to label them as that, right? But I'm gonna say you went to school with people like that. You know exactly what it is, man. Let's just be honest, motherfuckers. Never had no power, never had no popularity, never had the girls.
Right.
That's the type of niggas they become. You know what I'm saying? To do shit like that. I mean, unfortunately, we know this. Like, this is
Right.
the society set up already that way. You know what I'm saying? They saying that shit. They saying niggas coming out the door.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but that's the reality.
I tell motherfuckers all the time, man, they be looking for slaves and coons. You know what I'm saying? That's who's gonna get the real opportunities out the gate. You see what I'm saying?
Rest in peace, Tyreek.
Coleon.
Both of them, man. Wasn't that man named Tyreek?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Both of them.
But I don't know, man. I just feel like that shit is disgraceful, especially where it was at. You know what I mean? Because Memphis is deep south, right? Tennessee.
Racist motherfuckers in the world down there, dog.
Exactly. And to this day, man, I've been telling niggas for years, down south, Southern hospitality, at least amongst our people, is real. I know it's not perfect down there, but I've been down there and experienced it for myself. That shit is real. And I feel like because of the extreme racist shit that niggas was going through down there, as a people, we had to stick together. You know what I mean?
Okay, but we talk all about the Southern hospitality, but we need to really be talking about the Southern racism that's down there. That's what we need to be talking about.
Exactly.
Alabama.
Exactly. Now, and I found out later on in life, my on my mother's side, my grandmother's people came from Alabama.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And they moved up north. It was
Yo, she got a whole mouthful of goo. Yeah. Shut up. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's Alabama.
Yeah, that's the Southern thing right there.
Yeah. Old gold grill. I ain't shit.
But hey, the way the society running now, just the question is, what's going to be the punishment?
I can guarantee you one fucking thing. It ain't gonna be no that white love.
Oh no.
You see what I'm saying?
No, sir.
They gonna fuck around and get them niggas the real Wayne Bookie.
Yeah.
The long hard Wayne Bookie. Because guess what? They not white. You see what I'm saying? And that's what always happens.
Four out of five is gonna plead their deal. They gonna get a deal.
Man, that's the same shit that happened in the streets, though, ain't it?
Yeah. 4 to 5 gonna get a deal. And they gonna open up on that one person that don't take that deal.
Right.
Because they gotta take somebody got to go to trial.
Right.
Everybody ain't gonna get a deal. Somebody got to go to trial. We gotta make this shit as public as possible. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you look at the beginning of the way this shit is even starting off, to put out the video, right? The sergeant coming out saying, these dudes are wrong. These dudes shouldn't have did that. I don't even know why the track was coming out there. Everybody's covering their ass, Joe. So when you cover your ass, the main thing you got to do is just make sure that somebody takes all.
And it's always gonna be the black person.
Oh, that's like having a
Yeah, they not gonna get something. Yeah, it ain't gonna be no appeal in that shit. Niggas can try. That's just my prediction. The same way with that fucking high level coon ass nigga that ran in the White House with them white people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's some fucking top notch coon that ran in the White House on January 6th a couple years ago, whatever. And that motherfucker got and they gave his black ass more time than everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion,
and the dude that started it though, the dude that started going in there first, they gave us time to him. And the black guy just ran in there and all white people on it.
But see, he's a nigga. You feel what I'm saying? It's the American way. He's a nigga. It's all wickedness. They gonna coon prep you. You feel what I'm saying? To really make you think like, hey, you could just do whatever, yo, and and then when you get caught, it's like, hey, Randolph, you can't do that, buddy. And then you're gonna get the maximum punishment, and you're gonna get that reminder that you are nothing but a nigga to these people. Same way. Like I remember we was discussing the Kanye situation, right?
Right.
And in my opinion, and I don't want to. That's my brother, yo, yada yada yada. But I gotta say what it is, man. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? and he's a super talented musical dude, whatever. But with Kanye, right? If you really pay attention to this nigga moves, right? He's only pro-black when he gets rejected for his seat at the table with these racist white motherfuckers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna speak this. I don't know. I think,
okay.
I think Jay is a marketing Jay. You know what the fuck he's doing. I think you know, the one thing about media, they get to spin shit the way they want to. You know what I mean? You really don't know really what the real conception is. And yeah, I'm not gonna say he definitely do some shit that's questionable. He definitely do some shit
He's
he be
a
pointing out.
fucking top-notch coon, in my opinion. He's super talented.
I think a lot of things he do is purposely driven though.
But yo,
to get what he trying to get across, you know what I'm saying? But he definitely
it's gooning.
But he definitely do some fucked up shit. That's just, I'm being honest with you. But I think some of it he do to generate the reaction.
And that's
You know
cool.
what I'm saying?
I'm
gonna say majority of
that shit.
he not stupid at all.
Yeah. Kanye,
No, but I do think he's stupid for thinking that he's going to get a seat at the table.
I don't think he really believed that.
No, but he wouldn't do the shit that he do if he didn't think he was going to get a seat at the table. That's why niggas don't coon for nothing.
No. See, the shit that's happening to him now though proves otherwise.
right.
That's because after he got rejected for his seat at the table, that's when he tried to become pro-black.
Yeah. Why did he get rejected?
Because
Because the comments said,
he got rejected because he's a nigga to them.
Yeah, no,
That's why he got rejected. That's why everybody get rejected.
Let's check this out. You don't listen to this. You don't get $1 billion.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you
No,
do.
you don't.
You know
You
why?
don't get $1 billion.
You know why? You know why? Because that shit is peanuts. I'm gonna get into another point that I made.
Not peanuts. Listen,
It's peanuts compared to a nigga like Jeff Bezos. That ain't shit. You're a peasant compared to him financially. You're a peasant to Elon Musk.
Yeah, but
they gonna give you that billion and they gonna tell you you can be the shit amongst niggas.
Kanye West is in the top 1% of Americans and riches, yo.
And still can't get a real seat at the fucking table.
He didn't say like he
The
didn't like.
problem is the table changes all the damn time. That's the problem.
And should be told that shit he did, the shit he did where that was like pointing out the Jews and shit like that. That was strategic. He did that shit on purpose. He wanted to get off Adidas and all that shit. And well, he was in contracts. They was never letting him off of that shit.
Yeah, but yeah.
He knew what the fuck he was doing. That shit got him off of there. He took some money from him and all that. So what? That nigga still got $500 million.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have violated
he
it
right back. He already
11 billion to 400 something.
Why the fuck
Yeah.
not? Yo, you get $1 billion, you know how to get that.
Yeah,
Listen, man, listen. Go ahead.
yeah. When you make them type of statements, yo, you know the consequences. That's why you can't go around and promise everybody. Kanye, you make this statement, this is what's gonna happen. Motherfuckers that make that type of money like that don't do shit without figuring out first what the consequences are. Trust on that.
Kanye problem is he the type of nigga that he speak what he think. So literally, like he don't take no time to think. So it comes out, it sounds random. It sounds like, but if you really just record what he's saying, go back through your shit, like he be making a lot of fucking sense, yo. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, man. He do. I'm agree with you on the aspect. He do some cool shit. He did. I'm not taking that.
Kanye West.
I'm not taking
West.
I'm not taking that away from him, but the nigga is a genius, and I think some shit is definitely misconstrued. I think we accept certain shit in a way that I think it could be looked at completely different if you really dissect.
I think we need to stop the simple shit. I think once a nigga crosses the lines, you in coon country, and the black community should just cut you off. Fuck your talent, fuck all that shit, because we never gonna move forward as a people. It's not just, and anybody who watched the Dominant D.N.A podcast, and that's probably gonna be the last question we gonna ask today. When I ask you, it's not just niggas and black people. It's niggas, black people, and coons. We cannot grow as a people as long as these three parts of society exist together. Because you cannot trust the coons.
Man.
They're gonna let whatever the fuck happen to their people to uplift themselves. You see what I'm
I feel
saying?
like we so far down the rabbit hole. The one thing we do too much of is worry about everybody fucking. Man, fuck that.
Yo, you have to hold motherfuckers accountable.
No, you don't.
Especially when they have influence amongst your people. You have to pick and choose who your leaders are gonna be.
When we was
You
young,
couldn't be a bitch ass nigga and be a captain of
these
Brown
niggas wear panties, man. You ain't no leaders. You got your leaders gonna come out of nowhere. They gonna come organically. I'm not looking for nothing for nobody. Fuck all that. Listen, I'm going where I'm going. The people that's around me, that's on the same page, that's what we doing. What everybody else doing, man? Fuck these people. We watch too much TV. We into everybody motherfucking business by our own. That's why we ain't got shit going the way we supposed to in the first place. If I'm on my shit, I know where I'm going. I know what I plan on doing for my people. That's all that matters. If you look at what I'm doing, I can get deep. If you look at what I'm doing in real life, I'm helping out people in my family. I don't want to get too deep. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the shit that I'm doing. Like, ain't nobody stopping me from doing that. You mentioned me helping you. You feel what I'm saying? In a sense, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to be doing. I'm worried about what Marcus do. Let me help Marcus. I don't even know these motherfuckers, to be honest with you. Fuck them. TV, social media, this shit making everybody too motherfucking comfortable, too close. You know, before social media, right? Just check this out. Let's go some real shit. Before social media, if I was to move from here right now and go to Tennessee and start my life over, I wouldn't see you, I wouldn't see him, I wouldn't see nobody. I would probably run into nobody ever unless we took a trip somewhere, just happened to bump past in the airport or in the random stores and shit like that. We got social media, now we connected to motherfuckers that we was supposed to leave alone a long time ago.
If you choose to still be.
It ain't nothing you choose. The motherfucker can reach out to you. That shit wouldn't have been.
But if you don't want to be bothered, you could be the offensive lineman.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying the option is there now. Like that shit didn't exist before. You feel what I'm saying? Like the time that you can't. You know, this shit is putting everybody and everything in your face, and you don't necessarily need none of that shit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You need to really worry about you and your shit. And if enough people did that, we could collectively do some shit anyway. It would happen organically. I got my shit going on. All my people's good. Yo over there. That's Facts. Shoot, Facts, what's up, man? So,
What's that, bro?
Facts got his people, all of them good. Me and Facts link up on the studio tip or something like that. Man, we can put our people together. That's a whole nother thing. But we need to do it organically, man. Fuck all that shit on TV and all that. Fuck that shit.
Well, I understand what you mean, but when you have a podcast platform or show, you know what I mean? One of the shit that people talk about, one of the things that people definitely talk about is current events and what's going on.
No, it's a fact. I mean, it's entertainment, it's media. You supposed to do that. I'm just saying that the people, as a person, the people that's outside of that,
All right.
consumers, right? They consuming too much shit. They don't need to be they don't need all this shit.
I got
You need to watch this podcast though. Let's start with that. But because you gonna get some real shit out of it. But
I appreciate
we
it.
we doing too much of the news. Look about this.
You talking about niggas that want to see you brush your teeth and shit?
Yeah, like too much. Like if you're a rapper now, you niggas want to know your whole life. That's part of your whole life. Like that, nigga. I don't know you niggas. What you talking about? Like so. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like it's too much, yo. It's too fucking much. You don't need all that shit. Right?
Yeah,
You should focus on what you. Here goes some advice for y'all, man. If you want some advice, if I can give anybody some advice, know what it is that you want to do and focus on that, man. And the people that's rocking with you, you rock with them. I don't give a fuck what color it is or none of that. Let's keep it funky. That's probably the first platform I ever said it on. My girl, what? She helped me build everything. So I fuck with her. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying, man?
Can I make a confession? Can I make a confession? And I ain't gonna lie. It's not everybody's situation, but we are fucked up as a people. And here's my thing. I feel like for another motherfucker to tell you who you should be in love with is completely overstepping the boundaries. And you know what I call your peoples, and it's not because we on a fucking podcast or none of that shit, and I don't really associate with white people at all. So you can't charge me with none of that, you know, he trying to do no. I'm just keeping it real. I like her better than all the other girlfriends that I knew that you had.
Yeah, she real.
Thanks. She's realer than all of them. You know what I'm saying? And I say that shit on social media. Salute to the abolitionists and only the abolitionists, because you can't play 50 with me if you're another race. You see what I'm saying? You see the shit that's going on, and that shit is either a problem for you if it's not. And if you shut the fuck up and don't say nothing, it's not a problem for you, and I can't fuck with you. Before we sign off, do niggas, coons, and black people need to separate?
No, I think niggas need to mind their motherfucking business. So I just got to tell you, niggas need to mind their motherfucking business. Do what the fuck you doing, focus on what you doing, and that's it.
But what if you move around a nice neighborhood, you work hard to stay there, and then another nigga paying $150 a month to live around there, and the nigga want those chicken boxes all over the neighborhood? That's not gonna bother you. If you try to keep nice lawn and shit.
That's a different scenario. You moved in the wrong motherfucking place. You're supposed to do your research. That's part of your fault.
I mean, but a lot of times, this will happen to a lot of people. This is why white people get the fuck out of there. That should be beautiful when they move around there. and then other motherfuckers start moving around there, and the neighborhood change.
That's a fact. They ain't got nothing to do with minding your motherfucking business, though. You motherfuckers is minding your business. That's it. You wouldn't have half the problems in the world that we got right now if motherfuckers minding their business. That's a fucking fact. Hey, y'all out there in social media land, mind your motherfucking business.
Stop worrying about who another man
You know what? If you're gonna pay attention to other motherfuckers and follow other motherfuckers, you know who you supposed to follow? The motherfuckers who doing the shit that you want to do in your life. The motherfuckers that can tell you something that you can learn from. They the motherfuckers that's not related to you that you should be watching. Outside of that, man, fuck these people, man. Ain't nobody. At the end of the day, right? How many of them that you watch gonna help you pay your rent?
They just want to see a nigga brush his teeth.
How many of them you watch go care your kid get put out of school now?
But they just want to see the swag. They want to see what nigga brush his teeth.
How many of them that you watch you gonna make sure that your mom taking care of a retirement?
Facts.
Ain't none of them motherfuckers give a fuck about you. Let's be honest. They want to watch you rise and see your downfall. That's it. So fuck it. Do what you need to do. Mind things.
It's the Dominant DNA Podcast, Season 2, Episode 8. We sincerely appreciate y'all being here. You know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say a couple things. My Section 8 niggas, stop getting these vouchers and fucking up good God-fearing communities, yo. Be better. Don't be nigga, yo. And if you got a smartphone, you shouldn't be a dumb nigga. What you think about that? If you got a smartphone, you shouldn't be a dumb nigga.
That's a fucking super fact. You got the encyclopedia. You got every fucking thing in your hand. It's a whole fucking fact.
But I'm not trying to judge. I just want to see my people.
I don't know, because we got smart dumb too. You know, think about this is smart dumb ass niggas though. You know. All right.
Yo, I just want to let my people know. I just want to see us do better and reach the spiritual level, the financial level, the economical level, and have peace and unity like I know we can if we stop the stupid shit. I love it. We out. Peace.
Short and sweet. Fast, what's up, baby?
You, bro. Man.
Likewise, man. That was a whole fact I said, wasn't it? Mind your motherfucking business. These people mind everybody business. We had blessed for
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?